Alright, I want to show you a little bit about Math Excel for School. First you have to go to mathexcelforschool.com. If you go to mathexcel.com, you'll get the same program but for college level, and it'll ask you for a course ID, and that tells you that you're in the wrong course. So here in mathexcelforschool.com, what we have, I'm in a fake student's account, and this student hasn't done any assignments. But you can see there are icons up here in the calendar, and if you hover over any one of them, it shows you what they are. The yellow blocks are quizzes, the circles are homeworks, the diamonds are tests. And it's highlighted today. Here is a quiz and there's a homework due. You also can see your next assignment is due in 3 hours. And here are some assignments that are due July 1st because these are reviews that I keep open for the whole year. You also can go to calendar view and see the same thing. Another way to access your assignments is the homework and test tab, and it is a list of all the assignments. These all say past due because, again, this is not a real student. It only shows so many. You can view all of them. Oh, I'm sorry, it usually only shows part of them, but you can click here to say view all in one page and see them all. The homework for tonight is 4-2, which is right here, and I'm going to click on it. You could also click those icons. This assignment here, you can see there are 2 links that the instructor wants us to watch. The first one is a virtual nerd, and it is a teacher teaching the concept of what's a function, which is tonight's homework. I'm going to go ahead and close it. There's also another link here, and it's a link to the actual textbook that could be used if we had a paperback textbook of the lesson, and you can actually read through the lesson by clicking that link. That's great if you missed class. Then to start the lesson, just go over here to question number 1 and click. And the question loads. Now, this question happens to be multiple choice. And so you can just choose one and check your answer. And I got it correct. I'm going to go to another one. Says I haven't completed the question. That just means if I look down here in the corner, it says there's 5 parts, and so I've just done the first part. I'm just going to click through real quick. Oh, I got it wrong. Now when you get something wrong, it gives you a little hint in this red box, and then you can use these keys over here. Again, the top button, the Assign Media, will take me back to that virtual nerd link or the textbook. To help me solve this will actually walk me through this problem step by step. And as I work through the problem, once I'm done and when I hit close, it'll change some of the problem so that I can't just copy the answer. The other thing I have is view an example. And this gives me an example. Again, it goes through it step by step. Some of it is just reading. Some of it is actual doing something. The other part I have is this textbook button. This again takes me back to that textbook view that I had as a link. Now if your instructor doesn't assign the textbook part, that's a way to get to it. Sometimes over to the right you'll have a video button. Let me see if I can find one here. There's one. So if you also could have the video button, that again will take you to the virtual nerd video that explains what it is that you're trying to answer here. A glossary is a glossary of terms. So if you don't understand what a word means, you can look it up. You just type it in here and click on it. And here is what a function. Also, we have math tools. If you click on math tools, that will give you access to some graphing utilities, algebra tiles, 3D constructor, etc. You also have a calculator available for your use. And then here's two of the most important, I think. If all the others fail, there's the Ask My Instructor button. If I click Ask My Instructor, an email comes up, and this is going to send me an email. And you just type your question here and hit send. And what that will do is send a email to your instructor, and it will also give a screenshot of the question that you're on when you clicked it. And so the instructor can see what you've done and go from there. The last button here is print, and print is, if nothing else fails, you can print this question and then take it into your instructor and ask for help. Now, sometimes you'll also see on the right a button that says Show Your Work. When the instructor wants you to show your work on a problem, you can click on there and a blank slate will come up where you can type your answer. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And obviously I only got part of one question right, and I'm going to hit OK. So if I go back over here, if I log in again later and I want to see a homework that I've done, I can click Results. And this is the one homework I've done. I see that I got a 10.14%. I spent 4 minutes. If I want to review anything, I can just click the Review button, and it'll take me back to where I was. And here it'll show a green check if it's correct, a red X if it's wrong, or the check and X if it's partial credit. And I can go back in and I can, at any time, and I can check my work and change it. I can view an example if I want to try another one similar, or I can go through Help Me Solve This. If I go to a new question, I can actually answer it again. Now, it's not going to let me save it and update my score, but I can review it that way. The last thing that I have here is a study plan. And study plans can be set up by your instructor to populate based on things you've missed. That's how I've set up my study plan. Now, because I haven't taken the Chapter 1 test, it shows me all the topics of Chapter 1 and says I haven't mastered it, and it wants me to practice and quiz on each concept. It says I need 20 of the 23 before I'm allowed to do the retake test. This is true for every retake. Once you've taken the first test, though, it will eliminate all the concepts that you did fine on the first test, and only ones that you need to work on for the retake will be here. So I hope that helps you understand Math Excel for School a little bit and some of the resources that it has.